Na Shivam Vidyate Quachit. There is nothing that is not Shiva. This is an aphorism from Kashmir Shaivism, a school of philosophy in Hinduism from the region of India called Kashmir. Kashmir Shaivism is a non-dualist philosophy, which means that the transcendent, the absolute, the divine reality, God, is not seen as other than the individual self, is not different than anything. There is nothing which is not Shiva. There is nothing which is not God. I am God. You are God. We are God. The computer through which you are watching this video is a manifestation of God. How does that work? In the West, we're very used to having a concept of God as an individuated persona, a power or an entity that is unto itself, and that we are a free agent related to it, created by it, but with free will of our own and separate and having a relationship to that entity. In Kashmir Shaivism and in yoga, it is considered that the individual self is not different from the divine self, but that we all walk around with a kind of mistaken identity. We, these pieces of God, think that we are other than God. We think we are we. I think that I am I. There is the small I, who Sister Unity thinks she is Sister Unity, the one who wears orange, the one who has pretty makeup, the one who likes to dance, the one who likes to flirt in bars, the one who's very serious about politics and human rights. That's who Sister Unity thinks she is. And it's true, that is how I behave, and that is what I do, and those are preferences that I express and that I feel. But at the same time, that is not different than God, than the Absolute, than the transcendent reality. It is admonished by one of the great sages of India that we see God in each other, that we honor God within us, who exists as us, and then doing that, we honor the God in each other and in all things. Well, for many years I wondered, okay, how do I do that exactly? And I went around sort of looking at people and places in nature and trying to sort of see the humming, radiant, glowing, uplifting, effervescent being that is God in those things. My understanding of God, how I imagined God, my concept of God in those things. Well, that got very dry and kind of hard to do after a while, because it was only me flexing the muscles of my imagination. It was not really based in reality. What I finally was able to do was to let go of how I thought I was to see God, how I thought God was, and then projecting that onto everything I was seeing. I was contemplating this statement of see God in each other, and I was thinking, how does this happen? And as I read up on that, I began to think and remember that things are what they are, and that is God. That is the divine. So when you see a squirrel, rambunctious, chattery, frisky, bright-eyed, happy, angry, greedy, amusing, that's God. That's God being squirrely. When you see your best friend doing something that inspires you, being their best, performing their best at what they do, that's God, expressing God's self as that person doing what they do. But when you see your best friend being ornery, or pig-headed, or bullish, or bullying, that too is God expressing itself as that person being in the thick of their own emotionality or their sense of how they want things to go themselves. Gosh dang it. It's all the energy of God manifesting as these individual bits that are as they are and that behave according to their nature, their dharma, how they're built. If God is described in some Hindu philosophies as vibration or sound or even music, then you can think of all of this creation as a collection of songs. I am orange, slightly French-looking, very outlandish, stylish in a clowny, gaudy way, because that is the song that is Sister Unity. That is how this particular song gets sung, and this is what it sounds like. You are exactly as you are. Your hair color is your hair color. Your body shape is its body shape. Your eyes look as they look. Your weaknesses are weak where they are. Your strengths are as strong as they are, because that is the song of you. And that, exactly how you are, is how it is sung. And that is the transcendent reality expressing its energy in your form. This being the case, can you now go through your day and look at your friends, and look at yourself, and look at complete strangers, and even inanimate objects or places, and see them as this collection of songs that are as they are, and that is an expression of the transcendent energy of the universe, that which makes all of us, all of this, expressing itself as those things. God is in everything, not as God, some otherworldly entity of supreme bliss and power. God is supremely blissful and powerful, but in the form, in taking great delight in being the form of what exactly you are seeing before you and hearing before you. With all its complexities, its messed up bits, its glorious bits, playing this very, very complex game, this sophisticated dance. Shiva dances out the universe for his own amusement, being all of these forms and movements and actions and pieces. But it is all really the divine, expressing itself in delightful multiplicity. Can you see it as it is? And can you know that that, as it is divine? See God in each other. See God everywhere and in all things. And know God in yourself as yourself. It's not just philosophical words, it's homework. Practice it for a while and make me a video of your own and tell me what you experienced trying this.